Well, hey everybody, it's Saturday. There's a lot to talk about. I had the biggest single winning sports bet cash amount I've ever had in my life yesterday. Hey, Katrina. Katrina in Vegas. Ran into Katrina. She's a good luck charm, apparently, because all 7 picks I made yesterday won. And here's what's really funny. All of them won, which is funny. But the second part is I made a mistake because I'm blind and, partially retarded in a lot of ways. And so I bet Iowa State. I didn't make a mistake choosing them. Like, I knew I was choosing them, but I chose them for the wrong reasons. I actually chose them for I thought that their strength of schedule comparison here was worse than this .43 for Louisiana State right here. I actually thought it was a number like this, like -6, because I saw it as red in my eyes because I'm blind. Anyway, point is I accidentally kind of took Iowa State and they won when the algorithm didn't really agree with that. So I won a bunch of money. I should have gone 6-1, not 7-0 yesterday, and I still would have won a bunch of money with that on my bet. But point is that's the kind of lucky day it was for me yesterday. So it can't be as good as that today. You can't do better than perfect, but we'll try. Now, so I did some work on the college basketball algorithm here, and also I opened up the AI bracket last night before I fell asleep and tried to work on this to figure out what the projection should be with the new rounds. This is round 2. Everything's I accidentally typed stuff. I think I screwed stuff up in this file. But point is it's not really done yet, but it's still saying Gonzaga, and it's still also not doing anything abnormal. It's picking number 1s now all the way in. Baylor, I think Baylor's a number 1, right? Yeah, it's picking number 1s. By the way, I'm right in front of like Red Rock Mountains right now. I'll take a picture. It's west of Vegas. It's in the canyon. I won the bet at the Red Rock casino, and then went to the Red Rocks and enjoyed nature here. It's just beautiful. Now, so I don't know what to tell you about this. I can't really talk a lot about this, nor do I want to spend video time on this. I'll continue to work on it, especially after this weekend, when round 1 or round 2 are off and you get a few day break before the Sweet 16 or whatever. Then I'll really be able to do some analysis and figure out what the heck is going on in here, because as you can see, like, it's not winning everything. If you look at the first round that I think I have the results in here correctly, I hope so. Red means we missed the game, and green means it gets it right at the distribution we're at. And like, it couldn't figure out to pick TCU. It thought UConn was going to win. It thought it didn't have Notre Dame winning. It didn't have Michigan winning. It didn't have Ohio State winning. It didn't have Creighton winning. It didn't have Richmond winning. It didn't have Miami of Florida winning, and it didn't have Murray State winning at this thing. But the other games it had right, and I'll do more work on that and figure it out. Now, enough of that blabber. Let's talk about today's games, because you care. So I haven't really looked over this yet because I just did it. But, well, yeah, so the logic I had from yesterday that worked is definitely pay attention to the strength of schedule numbers, because if it's below 0, then you should be very suspect of the team over here, especially if it's lower down on this list. So, like, you don't have to worry about Murray State against St. Peter's all that much, because this is a high margin. What's the margin on this game? Margin right here matters. This column about margin right here, that one matters. And that's the highest margin. So Murray State probably wins, even though their strength of schedule is a little negative. But, like, this is a good. Now, Gonzaga's strength of schedule worse than Memphis. So you might think that Gonzaga has a little more trouble with Memphis than you would think by the stats. So this 20% margin is more like a 15 or 10% margin, actually. That's the way I would think about it because of the strength of schedule differential, perhaps. Because I'm still messing with it. It's very complicated. I know it's tough to follow what I'm talking about, but the point is you want to look for higher green numbers over here, because if you look at yesterday, every single one of these games won, right up at the top. All these teams won. I think that's accurate. And when you see that, look at this red strength of schedule to green and yellow. all these games flat out won on the money line. And that's what I'm trying to represent in today, which is we don't have them in order like that now because all of a sudden the fields are getting thin as we're getting deeper in this tournament. But you do have some disparities right here. There's a little bit one here, a little bit one here. But that's because these teams played really bad teams. But these are also not bracket tournament games. The only bracket tournament games on here, I think, are, right, it's Murray State and St. Peter's. Like, what does our bracket say? I haven't really been following because I've been doing so much other stuff. Yeah, Murray State against... Wait a minute, St. Peter's didn't beat Kentucky, did they? Did that happen? No. No, Kenny, no. Did Kentucky lose? No. No. Really? Did I miss that? Wait a minute, something's wrong. Just gotta check something. What the heck happened? Did I have that right in the bracket? Do we need to look something up? All right. Where's Kentucky? We're gonna. All right, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to figure out if I typed in something wrong or whether I have the projections wrong. Stuff takes work. I don't know why people that don't pay me every day. I can not do this every day. I can do something else right now. I don't have to do this. Kentucky at St. Peter's says that Kentucky won. So why on earth would Murray State be playing St. Peter's today? Is the algorithm projection of the game wrong? I don't know the answer to that. So today we have, or am I looking at yesterday? Like, what is wrong with me? Sorry, guys, I'm screwing through here. I don't understand this because did Murray State lose? What is happening? Kansas is playing Creighton. Is Kentucky playing today? No. Did I type in the score of the Kentucky game wrong? I gotta look on my phone. Hold on a second, guys. Let's ask Google. Kentucky versus St. Peter's result? Oh my God. I put the score in wrong. Holy crap. On Thursday, St. Peter's upset them. Oh my God, the entire state of Kentucky. I had no idea. 85-79. So I guess I put in a partial score here incorrectly. No, I have it right. No, it's right here. It was 85-79. So, oh my God, I have it wrong in the AI bracket because I just didn't believe it. Oh, that's hilarious. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. Catching errors though. This is wrong. So this is in the AI bracket where you update the actual results. Oh my God. So St. Peter's actually won this game. And that changes the bracket now like this. Yep. Holy crap. I bet you already when they do the analysis about whether somebody was able to pick a perfect bracket that already nobody has a potential perfect bracket left. I bet you that's the case. Nobody's got that going on down there. Oh God, that's gross. So, all right. Anyway, let's get back to the games now that we figured out I had something wrong. So what happens when you do that at midnight? All right. So today, you've got this craziness. St. Peter's that knocks off Kentucky is, I don't know what to tell you about what's going on there now. Creighton. All right. So are there any good lines? And I have hockey to talk about after this too. Oh my God. Videos that last forever. I'm going to run out of battery. Baylor, a little injured, but they've been injured all year, I feel like, lately. I think they've changed their roster around. I think they've been playing better. So that's actually a reasonable line for them against UNC. They have positive strength of schedule number, though, and they're the defending champions. So I'm probably putting this minus 235 on a round robin because if they lose, I at least put my fighting money in with something the algorithm said it is a pretty strong pick at actually a very reasonable line for parlay. And you'd say similar with Tennessee, except Tennessee's strength of schedule is a little to the negative of Michigan's. There's some injuries here, and this line is actually worse. So although there's also injuries with Baylor, I shouldn't discount that. If they do lose, it'll be because of the injury report on Baylor. I should actually double check that, but I'm not going to waste more video time right now. So, Stephen F. Austin, a little injured, but also great strength of schedule comparison against UNC Asheville. This is not a tournament game, or at least not a NCAA March Madness tournament game. Providence and Richmond. Now that's interesting. This is a tournament game, right? It says Providence, and they've got a good strength of schedule. That's a pretty good line. Even 12% margin, because remember, nobody's really home or away. It's a tournament. So that's okay. Then Arkansas and New Mexico State, it's further down on this list, but that's still kind of a reasonable line, especially with a little injury on New Mexico State and a great strength of schedule comparison. So that's okay. It's 3 there. I don't know what the line is on the Texas-El Paso game, so I'm going to pass it. It wasn't listed in RotoWire. Portland and New Orleans. That's not a tournament game, and the line's bad. UCLA and St. Mary's. This is a tournament game. It has UCLA at -1 with a positive. Okay, UCLA can win this game, and that's an okay line. So I think that goes on there. You got an injured BYU. Now, look at how the BYU line is worse than this line. It's worse than the Providence line. It's worse than the Baylor line, right? So when I see that, it makes me want to stay away from BYU, even though they got a good strength of schedule right here. And they're a little injured in Northern Iowa. Iowa likes to play basketball. So this is, and 62% is a lower strength team. So I'm going to stay away from BYU because of the color disparity in this line getting worse and it being lower on the list. Wake Forest has a negative strength of schedule all the way down here, so you should probably stay away from that too. If anything, you can think about taking VCU, which is going to be an underdog because you got a low margin here and a better strength of schedule for VCU, right? Then you got Ohio and Rice with a bad strength of schedule, so you can think about Rice. Think about Rice. Rice is good for you. Packs a lot of energy. Rice is good. Injuries on both sides, but the line's bad down here. Then Texas A&M and Oregon likes Texas A&M, but strength of schedule is a little bit worse. Injuries, though, on Oregon that make Texas A&M probably win this game, and that'd be okay. So there's actually a lot to pick here, and probably because I got so much freaking $100 bills, I don't know what the hell to do with. I'm going to probably do a round robin with just college basketball, with a lot of those that I just said, and then I'll do hockey. Look at this. There's freaking 10 hockey games. I haven't started this. How many minutes are we into this video? I'm scared. 12? Oh, God. Oh, I'm definitely going to run out of battery trying to produce this video, but whatever. So we'll do really fast hockey. What I can say is look at the image and just go game by game, and you try to read into stuff and find disparities. Because yesterday I was able to win. You can see the things that I won yesterday on that bet were the big disparities in the game. Except I didn't take Calgary because the line was awful, and Calgary actually lost. Calgary was the loss yesterday. Somehow I missed it by accident. I really should have had them on something, but I really didn't. But Florida wins and covers. Colorado wins and covers, accidentally covering at the end after almost blowing it, but they do score and win. Philly and Ottawa. This game predicted Ottawa, I believe. Yep, and they win. Washington. Oh, God, thank God they come back, and look what happens. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that awesomeness. All right, so today. All right, today. Well, what's the number 1 pick? It's Minnesota over Chicago. How about that? Goalie's already confirmed because Lankinen's going. That game's early. So that's something you want to do something with Minnesota scoring goals probably. Like I don't if you just do a money line on Minnesota, that's not a great line, but we're comparing lines that I was looking at on the basketball file. Negative 260 is kind of right in the middle there too. You could take, in hockey, taking -1.5 is risky. So if you're going to do a big round robin like I like to do, or a big parlay, you got to win. You got to win your pick. You can't just get a good payout sometimes. So Minnesota to win is what you would put on there. Number 2, it's Pittsburgh and Arizona. Also about the same deal at -250, but it could go on there. You can see I had some of those on my round robin yesterday, and the payout was excellent overall because there's so many picks. Third pick is Edmonton over New Jersey. Also, line's just a little bit better. But if you're gonna, I'm thinking if I'm doing just winners like you're supposed to do. Remember, the algorithm's supposed to pick winners, so you can get greedy and try to take Edmonton -1.5 or start betting over unders, and maybe you'll win some, maybe you won't. Will Edmonton win this game? Probably. So when you start picking these teams to win, the lines aren't great, but you win your games and you get paid on your bet in the long run. Not every day, but in the long run you do. So what's the number 4 pick? Toronto and Nashville. Look at that. That's a very reasonable line for Toronto. This goalie's out of control. This new guy, Calgren, his rating is 83%. I believe he's one of the number 1 rated goalies right now with his limited starts. Why not ride that? Look at them. Look at Toronto and Nashville, a good team that will probably play them hard. I would expect an under in this game given how good Toronto's goaltending has been, and Soros is having a good year. But that's a very interesting place. You get a very reasonable line because people don't really know this goalie yet, and he's just, he's rolling. We're gonna run out of video. 5, LA over Vegas. That game is where I am. Should I go? I could totally go, right? I could definitely pay some scalper for tickets, right? I mean, I got cash. I probably should go. I should flaunt my money. Just go, walk in for 5 minutes, and then leave, take a picture. No, I'm kidding. I might. I could totally go. I got nothing to do today. All right. Well, we'll end the video on this. I'll probably go to the game, and I'll do a video from there. All right. Good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning.